Hello guys, what is going on? It's Bailey Harrison here, and this is incredible, people. I have managed to recover a deleted match from KKA's history. And not only is it a deleted match, it's the deleted match in which Nuke won the Shamrock Championship for the first time ever. Now, the reason I am commentating over this is because, unfortunately, I don't have all of the footage. I literally have a couple of clips of the action. I have the finish and I have the entrances. But that is probably enough to gauge the story of what happened here. So, pretty much, the Shamrock Championship was the secondary championship in KKA. And 3 people were to qualify for a ladder match to win the Shamrock Championship for the first time. Alex Nesbitt, Nuke, and the red-handed Bandit were the 3 people that qualified for this match. So, as you can see here, Alex Nesbitt, the first one to enter. I'm sure you're all aware of Alex Nesbitt. He's set to compete in AIWF for the AIWF Tag Team Championships alongside his cousin Jack Nesbitt. So this was the first time Alex Nesbitt had ever competed for a singles championship, and I believe to this day is the only time he's ever competed for a singles championship in his entire career. Next is a funny one, is Red-Handed Bandit. Now, Red-Handed Bandit deserves some explanation. So Red-Handed Bandit was a brand new signing to KKA, and this was literally his second match in KKA, and he was competing for a championship. Now, why the other matches have been deleted, just like many matches in KKA's longer than you'd think history have been deleted, is still unknown to certain members of the former KKA roster, which is now very much the AIWF roster. And Red-Handed Bandit was one of the biggest sufferers of this, because, in my opinion, he was one of the most underutilized talents in KKA. I believe one of his matches is currently on KKA, and that's a singles match he had with Nuke. In my opinion, I believe he was the favorite heading into this triple threat match. And that's really all I have to say. Just a very underutilized talent, and because of his underutilization, I believe that is the reason as to why he retired at such a young age. Now, the third man in this match, the one I'm sure you're all familiar with, Nuke, who now goes by Nuke Almighty. And I'm sure if any of you are subscribers to KKA, or even knew anything about KKA, you'll know the outcome to this match, which I will not spoil, of course. But Nuke, probably the biggest star out of the 3 nowadays, is set to main event AIWF's Backyard Wars against American Miracle. Nuke did hold the Shamrock Championship twice in his career, but never won the World Championship, but he did identify the Shamrock Championship as his World Championship when he held the belt, which is a testament to how important this championship was to him. Now, the bell sounds, Alex Nesbitt and Red-Handed Bandit just come to blows, and I can tell you now, obviously you can't see it here, but from then, basically, Alex Nesbitt and Red-Handed Bandit just more or less had a singles match as Nuke watched on, and eventually Nuke got involved, and Red-Handed Bandit was basically left incapacitated. He got brutalized by a chair, and he got brutalized so much by a ladder that the ladder actually broke. So they had a chair there instead. So, here you can see Alex Nesbitt assault Nuke with a fold-up chair, a decking chair, if you will, and he climbs the makeshift ladder, which is actually just a chair, but Nuke assaults him in the knee with the chair he attacked Nuke with. Now, the finish will make no sense to you unless I explain it. So, initially, because they had factored in Nuke's height and how unfair it would be for him to compete in this ladder match, the title was actually moved to the very back of the shed, and obviously you had to climb what was a ladder and retrieve it. Red-Handed Bandit got so close that he basically dragged the title to the front of the shed with his fingertips, and obviously, unfortunately, the footage doesn't exist of him then being taken out of the match. But that basically just left the championship sitting there for someone to claim. And after Nuke took out Alex Nesbitt, he of course used his height as an advantage and literally jumped up and claimed the championship to become the first ever Shamrock champion. Now obviously some of you are thinking, wow, that's a screwy finish, and unfortunately the rest of the match doesn't exist to show that that actually wasn't the initial setup, and that in fact, had Red-Handed Bandit just had a couple seconds left on that ladder before he was pushed off and then just taken out of the match, Nuke wouldn't have been able to do that. So yes, this is a lost piece of history in KKA wrestling that I have actually somehow managed to recover. I'm afraid I don't think I'll be able to recover any other lost KKA matches that were deleted without our knowing, but I will try my hardest to track them down. Thank you very much, guys. This has been Bailey Harrison. Make sure to watch AIWF Backyard Wars. Thanks for watching.
Yeah. I am a menace. Keep me a ratchet like tennis. I'm with this shit like I'm Dennis. I started this shit, I'm a business. Niggas be hating, trying to blemish my image. Who want the smoke? 2 to 3 count with the scope. Extended clip long as a rope.